This is Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie.
Nova.
God, I've just completely forgotten what we're about to do. Our chat that we had with Russell Crowe. Now, the reason we do have to bring this up, and we had a brilliant chat with Russell Crowe. Some of the stories that he was giving us were priceless. They're up on our Facebook page right now. But the one that we didn't pick up was his chat that he had about Ed Sheeran.
Yep.
Now, we know those two are good mates, but we didn't know how they met. He also revealed in this chat, or supposedly revealed in this chat, we didn't pick it up. It was picked up by an English newspaper, The Sun, that Russell refers to Ed's girlfriend as his fiancée.
Was this a slip of the tongue? Does he know something no one else knows, Sarah? These are the questions we can't answer.
I thought Ed was engaged. So that's where I didn't react. Because when he said it, I was just looking and nodded.
No, but that hasn't been revealed.
No,
has
you're
it,
right,
Sarah?
but I didn't think that. Because they've been together for ages and Ed always talks about her so glowingly,
Maybe that's what Rusty thought too.
No, I reckon he would know. I think he's let it out.
They're pretty
Have
close.
we still got his coffee cup as well,
We
Tom?
do still have his coffee cup.
Yeah, right. Well, we'll do that tomorrow where people have to guess what kind of coffee Russell Crowe ordered.
A great game.
It's a really tough one.
All right, let's have a listen. This is Russell's story about Ed. We thought we'd replay it for you this morning because it's such a great story. And, of course, listen for how he refers to Ed's girlfriend.
We were lucky enough, Russell, you came along to the Opera House for Nova's Red Room that night to see Ed, and Wippa and I, still one of the biggest regrets of our life.
It's hard to talk about, to be honest.
When we went home...
Soft. Unbelievable.
So well, we had to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, well, so did Ed, mate. Ed was on Sunrise that morning singing. What do you guys have to do? Push a button and say, "Oh, Matt, please take over."
How dare you? How dare you throw a bit of honesty into the situation?
But how did
Is this thing on?
How did that friendship with Ed start? How did you guys become mates?
Well, just through people that we mutually know to start with, and he was on tour here and he was getting a bit burnt out, so he came up and stayed at the farm.
Oh, great!
And just got some sleep,
Yeah, sure.
And then we just, became conversational mates, and he has subsequently gone back to the farm with his fiancée for more time and stuff, But that night in Sydney, he's going like, "I've got this big tour coming up, right?
Yeah.
So I can't do this thing where I'm like on water, I've got to be able to have a drink after the show. It's sort of like, help me relax and everything.
Wind
but I
down,
can't be doing 5 or 6 beers a night because
sure.
it's going to be like I'll be twice the man after the tour,
Yep.
And so I said to him, "Look, this is what I've been doing lately, So I showed him I got a water jug. In fact, I took all of the things that I needed to show him backstage.
Yeah.
Right? I turned up with eskies and stuff, because I just wanted to do it the right way.
Sure.
So here's the jug, full to the top with ice. Take your bottle of Silver Patron, and empty the entire contents over the ice, and now you wait." And he's like, What do you mean? I said, just wait. You got to give it like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. So we can't have a drink now. So just wait.
Just wait.
Cool.
Patience.
So we had a little, wait. And I put a little bit of passion fruit on top, right? Stir it around, right? Then I take that mixture, pour it over fresh ice, right? Yeah. And a little touch of water. Oh, okay. So now you've got the ice has sunk into the tequila, right? Yeah. You've actually added fresh water as well, and you've got fresh ice. So there's a large amount of water in this. Yeah. And when he sips it, he's like, "Oh wow, that's really light and it's refreshing, and you can do 2 or 3 of those." I said, "Yeah." So we proceeded to actually knock off the entire bottle of tequila, right? But he's texting me at 5 o'clock in the morning on his way to Sunrise, going, "I feel fine. I got a few hours sleep and everything. What's the secret?" And I said, "Mate, it's the water." Right? Wow. Because you're hydrating as you're drinking, so you can have a little bit of a drink, but you're not going to get the killer hangover,
And now he's an alcoholic again.
No, I saw him in London recently, and he's like, "Man, you got me so, in so much trouble." And I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, "Well, I went to New York, right? And I had to have this dinner with this Rolling Stone guy, this journalist, And he said, "So what would you like to drink?" And he goes, "I'll show you this drink that Russell Crowe taught me." He goes, and it took him a while to find the passion fruit, but I'm pouring the tequila, right, the same amount, as you poured, right, and putting the passion fruit on top, and he's drinking it straight. So he's having 4 or 5 ounces of tequila per glass.
No.
So he thinks, he's had a normal night. He wakes up the next morning, speaks to his security bloke, Kev, good man. Yeah. He goes, "Last night was pretty good. I feel a bit rough and everything." Kev was like stony faced. He was like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Last night was all right, was it?" And he goes, Yeah, wasn't it? He goes, you took your shoes off in the middle of we're in Manhattan, one of those fancy restaurants, and you've taken your shoes and socks off. What's going on with that? And everybody's looking at you. And then you lick that woman's face.
You're kidding me.
And Ed's like, I did what? And he's
You're kidding me.
For the first time in his life, he's experienced like this 3-hour blackout. And he's going, what did you do to me? I said, well, did you pour it over ice? Did I what? Did you add water? Did I what? Listen, Edward.
Edward.
The principle.
This is your father speaking.
The principal piece of wisdom I was passing on to you is the hydration aspect.
Yeah. So stop licking faces, Ed Sheeran.
I think the best thing about that story is Russell Crowe rocking up to the Sydney Opera House with an esky and getting in. How Australian is that? Russell Crowe, esky, Opera House, and he gets in to feed drinks for his homemade cocktail to Ed Sheeran.
Unbelievable.
Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.